We're going to put the conversation on cancer on pause. We can't get onto the doc just yet via the Zoom line, but I want to bring in some really sharp and amazing young men, and I want all of presentation Chaguanas, those currently at the school and even the past pupils, to collectively applaud and celebrate these young men heading off to Greece to represent not only their school, but to represent Trinidad and Tobago. This is truly amazing. It's your first global challenge, and these young men into robotics, really brilliant minds, and they're putting all that talent into, again, that trip. And more so, we're looking at robotics beyond what they're doing. We'll get into that deeper conversation. We're seeing here via the picture. Well, clearly, one man there is a Barcelona fan. You're seeing it right there. And look at this now. I mean, listen, I don't even know what to start at, but these young men know exactly what they're doing, and that's the age, and I'm happy that they're able to get that kind of experience right there at school. This is tremendous. This is great news, and it's important to celebrate our students. Yes, sometimes, lots of time the focus is when students go down a different path and when we see indiscipline, but when they do well, there must be that light. And there is way more light than the darkness, and we want to celebrate these young men this morning. COVID Capildeo joins me on set, student there at Presentation College, Chaguanas, and of course Xavier, it's Blush. Yes. That's right. So, gentlemen, well done. Upper six students, by the way.
Yes.
Yes. So you all men, you know, you're gonna really, I guess, move on to bigger, better things next year. But up until then, this particular task, which is a important one, you all are not only going to represent your school, you're all going to represent Trinidad and Tobago in Greece, and you're leaving later on this month.
Yes, we are.
Fantastic, guys. How you feel about taking part in this international showcase?
Well, me personally, last year I was on the team for First Global, but I didn't have a chance to travel to Singapore. So this year is like the first time I'm going to be traveling, without my parents, and it's a nice experience because I feel like I finally get to represent the country on a global stage, and to go and meet so many new people, and just have a really nice experience, making the country proud and showing the world what Trinidad really has to offer. So it's a little bit nerve-wracking, but I'm confident that we will make a good show and show exactly how good we are at robotics.
I think I know you will do well for sure, and I mean in terms of your personal anticipation and just your whole energy towards this trip, Xavier.
Well, I'm in a similar situation to COVID. I was on the team last year, however, was unable to travel. So this year, I'm very excited. It'll also help me. I'm very excited to also further my career in software, as I am the head programmer for this year. And it's really just an experience in itself to be able to go out and represent the country on a global stage, as COVID was saying. And I say it's just an undescribable feeling.
And let me tell you, clearly there's something really amazing and special happening there at Pres Chaguanas, because I know last year I had some students on. They went, as you said, Singapore. But this has been going on even beyond last year and this year. You all have really gone leaps and bounds in this whole robotics field. What's going on there in the school?
So since 2018, we some of our older students, they learned about First Global through some social media channels and online, and they pitched it to our school's teachers, and they said, this would be a good opportunity for our boys to get an experience to represent the country and the school and get skills in these technical fields, right? And so every year since 2018, we've fielded a team to go to places like Washington, like Mexico, and most recently to Singapore, and hopefully soon to Athens.
So you're meeting up with other young people like yourself, same age, similar interests, that's what's happening?
Actually, yes. First Global, many people think it's just, we just go in there to build a robot and program and win. But, that's of course, a very important aspect of it. But they really like to emphasize, meeting other people and, becoming acquainted with other cultures. In fact, they have a series of social media challenges that start all the way in, May to June. And that's when the competition really begins. And one of the first thing that they want you to do is they want you to host virtual online meetings with other countries. So we've met people from all around the globe. I think most recently Madagascar, before that Algeria, Poland, Australia, Canada, India, all these countries began to meet and become acquainted with these people.
And that's only going to augur well for you going forward, getting that international feel, that global reach, your networks, because let's be real, you all will go there, you all will exchange Instagram with different people, and the kind of connections that will be made and forged, trust me, you never know where these working relationships can go, guys. And I can see from my vantage point some bright careers ahead. What's ultimately the step after your studies and all that? Because clearly you found your passion. What career path could one take with this kind of knowledge and experience?
Well, robotics itself is defined as a multidisciplinary field, or an interdisciplinary field, and this will take, knowledge from things like physics, like computer science, mathematics, IT, all of these areas. So, of course, the most, straightforward step from robotics is doing robotics engineering. And, many universities around the world will, of course, engage you in this. But, you could also branch into things like computer engineering, things like software engineering, as Xavier was saying.
Xavier, you're into software, right?
Yeah. I started off early being in school, learning about software, hearing about our robotics team, and getting more into that field. And I learned that software is not the only option. There are many, as Kobe was saying, it's a multidisciplinary sport. It has many options, such as say, going into not only the software, but the mechanical, and even the social media aspect, as we were talking about earlier.
So the facilities at school were able really to facilitate your passion, really. You did most of your deep diving into your software at school?
Yeah.
Wow. Pressure going us on a level, boy. That's amazing. So I guess parents looking on, if you have a child or son really into that kind of stuff, pressure going us will be a good place. I want to ask you, this is a sport. I'm hearing that conversation coming up. Could you elaborate and give me some details as to why you're lobbying for robotics to become a sport?
Okay, so First Global, one of the themes this year is for the recognition of robotics as a sport, and that's part of the reason why they're hosting it in Athens, naturally, because, being the birthplace of the Olympics and, these kind of things. And, if you already take a look at countries that have recognized robotics as a sport, like, our Caribbean brothers, Belize, and also Indonesia, they are at the forefront of robotics right now, and they come in first. They win in so many categories in many of these global competitions, because we believe that recognition as a sport will promote it amongst the youth, because that'll drum up enthusiasm for them to join. And just the fact that you could view it as a sport means that if you think about aspects like camaraderie, teamwork, being able to form a game plan, to strategize, all of these aspects that are part of sports. And, sports that are already recognized here, like chess and drafts and checkers. Yeah. Mind sports are not a foreign concept to us, and we believe that robotics combines the best parts of, these mind sports, as well as teamwork and coordination and many of these other aspects. And there's also physical aspects there too, which maybe Xavier could elaborate a little bit on.
Go right ahead, Xavier, as we wrap things up.
Well, as I say, there are a lot of physical aspects to robotics as a sport, the engineering aspect, the sewing of parts, the connecting of wires. Those are things that you may not learn in school. So you really have to consider it, where do I learn it? How do I master these things? And it's really a skill. I'm more into the programming aspect. So that's how I really could tell that it's really something special to learn, something that people find competitive. I can't hold a candle to a head engineer in the actual engineering and the physical aspect of robotics. The driving, the controlling, all these things it's something that really should be recognized both nationally and globally.
Well, kudos to yourselves, gentlemen, the entire team, the administration and teachers there at Presentation Chaguanas. This is great news. And let's wish these young men a safe trip, a successful trip for their first global challenge. They head later on this month to Greece through London. Before we go, let's put that clip up. I'm seeing something like a robotic arm serving a doubles. Am I seeing correct there with that particular footage? Could we put that up there, Sheldon, for a moment? So I'm seeing this here. Just want to really confirm what I'm seeing before we take the break, because I seen a doubles in a man's hand, but I didn't see anybody serve the doubles. Fellas, is a robotic arm serve the doubles, fellas?
Correct? Yes, correct.
What I see in here, boy. You saw it first. So let me tell you, if this becomes something wide and nationwide, remember you saw it from these young men. This is different. Look at that. Look at this. The future of serving doubles. Look. You see that? That's an iron arm, Nikisha who love her doubles. Would you take doubles from a robot? And I agree. It's not like the robot making the doubles. If it's moving fast and serving the doubles, we're taking that. Wow. Young men, congrats in advance. When you all come back now, people are supposed to bring pictures, bring the stories, and bring back trophy too, all right?
Of course.
Of course.
That's right. That's right. The young men there from Presentation College in Chaguanas. We take a break and come back with more. See you soon.